I'm meeting up with local food blogger and food TV host Sarah Benjamin at one of her favorite spots, the Beach Road Prawn Mee House. Hi, how are you?
Good to see you.
You too, thanks for inviting me here.
Well, welcome.
What is it about this place that is so special?
When I'm not making prawn mee myself at home, this is where I love to come to get it.
So backing up a bit, it's been a while since I've had prawn mee. It's broth, noodles, and prawns.
Pretty much, but you know, the star of the show is the broth. The noodles, the prawns, they're good, but what everyone has prawn mee for is definitely the soup.
All right, can we have a couple bowls?
Okay, let me get you a bowl.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, look at it. Oh my gosh, look at the size of the prawns.
Yeah, they weren't kidding when they said big prawn mee.
Wow, that has, I mean, it's a beautiful, clear broth. It is so wonderfully complex.
Yeah.
I love the texture of those noodles.
Yeah. So these are the yellow Hokkien noodles. There's so many layers of flavor in it. That's why I really love this place.
This is so delicious, but you know what, Sarah? I am curious in all your talking about what your prawn mee is like.
I would like to invite you back and I'll show you how I make my prawn mee.
I would love to. Let's go.
Okay.
Thank you for taking me to that lovely place for prawn mee, but you know what? I am curious as to how you make yours.
Well, as you can see, I've got lots of ingredients. These are dried shrimps, and these are just shrimp that have been salted and sun-dried.
Yeah, that's pungent.
Yep. It's like shrimp on steroids.
Intense.
Almost. Yeah.
Yes.
This is dried anchovy. Same thing, it's been salted and then sun-dried.
Oh, and completely different than the shrimp.
And this is what gives prawn mee its flavor, its name. These are prawn heads and shells. These are the three things which give that punch of seafood flavor. So now the first step is to turn on the heat. And then I put some peanut oil in, but you can use vegetable oil.
All right.
And then I just throw the dried shrimp in. And what we want here is just kind of to toast it. You can see the dried shrimp, it's getting kind of golden brown. So now we can add ikan bilis, which is dried anchovy. I put them all in.
So they don't take as long, which is why they go in second? Okay.
Because they're really thin, whereas the dried shrimp, they're kind of plump. So you kind of want to toast it all the way through.
Small ingredients, but big flavor, huh?
These are the prawn heads and shells. And you want the prawn shells and the prawn heads to turn pink. That's coming together nicely. So now I just throw in a knob of ginger. This is traditionally used to kind of combat fishiness. So when you're cooking fish, you always use ginger. So I just put that in. And then now I have a step which my grandmother probably wouldn't approve of. This is sambal belacan, and this is a classic Peranakan sauce. It's dried chili, and it's blended up with belacan, which is that fermented fish paste.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna like that.
Ooh. And I just toss that together. Okay, once that's all tossed together, I'm gonna add some broth. Well, I say broth, but it's actually just chicken bones, which I bring to the boil with water.
Oh, so you don't cook it at all?
No, because
right.
it's all gonna cook together, so all the flavors develop and cook together. So I add that stock in. Now all I have to do is let it simmer and then we'll strain it. But that's gonna take a bit of time, so I've actually prepared a batch.
Perfect.
So this has been cooking away for 2 hours.
Wow, that smells incredible. It's just prawn.
And now is when we strain it.
Ooh, look at that beautiful color.
So now I have to squeeze all the liquid out. Okay, that looks good to me. I always find that it actually makes a huge difference just to add a little bit of sugar. It just amps up everything. And then a little bit of light soy sauce. So that's my completed prawn mee broth.
Okay.
And then we just put the bowl together by starting with the noodles. So this is a mixture of those yellow noodles you saw earlier, and I mix it with this thin rice vermicelli. So you kind of get a contrast of textures as well. Now I'm just gonna layer some of the prawns, some of the bean sprouts, and lastly, some of this morning glory. And then finally, that prawn mee broth. So just pour that right on top. It is ready to go, except for one little thing. Why don't you go ahead and scatter some fried shallots as much as you like.
Okay. There we go. I think that is absolutely stunning. But of course, the proof is in the taste.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
That intensity of the prawn is unbelievable. Without even having an actual prawn in your mouth,